Now, relationships can be complicated, but what if they could be simpler? What if gravity could pull a boy into a girl's orbit? That's a funny idea in a book by our next guest. Emily Seo is the author of The Science of Boys. Emily, hello there and welcome.
Hi, Gloria. Nice to be here.
So this is a book for the ages 9 to 14,
correct.
kind of in there. So tell us about it.
So it is about a preteen, science-minded girl who wants to reinvent herself at the beginning of high school. And so when a popular girl arrives, she tells her she's writing a book about the science of boys. But of course, she knows nothing about this topic. And so she finds herself in fun situations, but also disastrous.
Okay, disastrous.
Yes.
Is there some sort of seed of this story that comes from your own experience? You are a scientist.
I am, yes, I am. So yes, a lot of people have asked me if this is me, but it is not. It is fiction. But there's a lot of overlap in terms of both of us are female scientists, and we are clumsy, sometimes socially awkward, and we have a lot of heart.
Okay, but with your science background, and when I'm talking about this gravity pulling a boy, that's actually a concept that you explore.
That is in chapter 6, yes.
Okay.
There's a chapter about gravity, and Emma tells this popular girl to try throwing something up so it catches the boy's attention. And actually, after the book's been out, I had somebody come up to me and said that they had tried it with a pencil case, and it didn't work for them. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
So is there sort of a combination of science lesson and story here?
Right. So every chapter has a science concept, law, or theory in there, and it gets interwoven into the storyline. And so that, so an example for the first chapter is called Chemical Reaction, and that is because the main character wants to reinvent herself. And so she wants to undergo a reaction to become a cooler version of herself, to go from a geek to chic. And I do that with a couple other topics as well. And the last chapter, actually, photosynthesis.
Yep.
It's just to simplify it, it's about growing and a plant requiring both sunshine and rain to grow. And so she, at the end, recognizes her sunshine, who are the people who love her and care about her. And then she also realizes that she needs these rain clouds in order to become stronger as a person. And so I have a line in there at the end that says, every once in a while, my cloud returns, but it doesn't bother me as much anymore, because how can you grow without a little rain?
And tell me about some of the little drawings in there. What's behind those?
Yeah, so the drawings were done by Gracie Zhang. She's an amazing artist, and I was very fortunate to be paired with her. Mm-hmm. And she's also Canadian. And the publisher, Tradewind Books, and we all worked together to put the book together. So she read my manuscript, she really loved it, and then drew the pictures for it.
Yeah, but they're like quick sketches. They have a nice feel to them. They're not kind of detailed kind of thing. It's just sort of just a sense of sort of a little bit of punctuation on the chapter, I guess.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
There's some scenes in there. She does a lovely job depicting Steveston.
Yep.
And overlooking the boat and being in Gary Point with the kites flying in the background.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So she captures its essence really.
What kind of reaction have you had, especially from people in this age group?
Yes, I've had a lot of great feedback. I've had people come up to me and say they loved the book because the characters were so relatable and they experienced real issues. There's a lot of peer pressure and effects of technology on young minds, the negative effects as well. And it deals with first crushes and that sort of thing, so they found it relatable. But I've also had parents come up to me and say that they found the parents relatable because of the same challenges they face raising teenagers in a modern world.
Right. Oh, first crushes, doesn't that take you back? Just, oh my goodness, the sweat, the nerves, the heartbeats, and all that kind of thing. And here we are celebrating the International Day for Women and Girls in Science. So where does this book fit into that conversation, do you think?
Yeah, so it was really important for me to have a female scientist as the protagonist. There's still this gender imbalance in the STEM work field. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And research has shown that exposure at an early stage in education in these topics is really, really vital for retaining interest for a long time. And so more girls in science, more females in science, and
well, it just increases accessibility for sure, and breaks down some of those barriers or misconceptions. And so when you think back then as a woman in science today, what a book like this could have done to influence you?
Yes, I would have loved a book like this. It's a fun way to learn science, but it wasn't just to learn the topic, but also I was a reluctant reader growing up, and so having bits of science in it, I think would have drawn me to the book as well.
I see. Well, okay, so now you've got the best of both worlds because you've really launched into children's books as an author. You've got this book, which is called Japan. So this is a hard book for younger kids.
Right.
Love that. All kinds of cultural bits of information about Japan.
Yes, and it's part of a global series, and the company Barefoot Books is going to be releasing a series of books from different countries.
I see.
Representing children.
Nicely done. And this one, we're getting a sneak preview on the perfect sushi as well. How does it feel to sort of launch into this world as a scientist?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I've had the best experiences actually, I've been working on this book for a very long time, and this one too. But it's been an amazing experience just being in this world of publishing and being able to talk to young children and young people.
Well, we wish you well for it, and happy International Day for Women and Girls in Science. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Gloria. It was really great being here.